gotten a board when I was like 15, but I wasn't really like into it, you know. I was kind of just like pedaling around with it. Yeah. But then like met the homies, you know, around the way that like really skated, yeah. And that got me into it. Well, basically like I loved soccer. That was like my passion, my love, everything. It was just like soccer every day. Played soccer for like 10 years, you know, like was on the city leagues, and then I played for middle school, high school, and then it just got to that point where it was like my coach didn't want me skateboarding anymore, and I just like found my like outlet from soccer, you know, which was like skating more and, you know, just meeting like new people and shit. And from there, it was just like I wanted to skate more, but he wasn't really feeling that because he didn't want me to get hurt, and then I couldn't, you know, start the game or whatever. So I kind of just like realized that I was just like, man, fuck you, dude. I want to do what I want to do, you know what I mean? What makes me happy.
You know, because like soccer I felt was more like a team thing, you know what I mean? And like for my coach, because you always want to win and stuff, you know what I mean? Like that's how most coaches are, they want to win, that's how teams are. But skateboarding was like your own team, you know what I mean? It's like you and your boy, like I said, I was like my best friend, just fucking skate, you know? But I was skating with my friends too, you know what I mean? But even when you're with your friends, you're not like zoned in on like what they're doing, you're like, you're skating and doing your tricks, you know what I mean? So it's like, but then when you're taking a break, you might be watching that. It was just my outlet and like my freedom and self-expression. That it wasn't being on a soccer team and like dealing with everyone else. It was just me. So it was like, you know, that's all I wanted to do. So I just thought that I could keep skating, and then I got sponsored, and then I was like, oh, what's this? Like I got off because I won a best trick contest down in Tampa one year, and my homie was like, hey, do you ride for a board company? I was like, nah, I didn't. You know, how do you get on a board company? Oh, well, this homie right here owns a board company and they want to put you on. So I started getting free decks, and you know what I mean? Then they were like, just keep getting footy, and then, you know, we'll send it off to companies. And I got like on a shoe company, and then did a clothing company, you know what I mean? It just all kind of progressed, and I was like, wow, this is like amazing. I can like get free stuff and like do what I love, you know what I mean? And then once you turn pro, it's kind of like you got a pro model board now. It's like, now you're selling your product, you know what I mean? So professional skaters get like a percentage of the board sales, you know? But I'm not starting my company as like, oh, I'm gonna like turn myself pro and start making all this money. Nah, it's just like, we wanted a pro for the team, and all the team decided that it was right that we do this. So we started it, and we're doing it just to like give back to my riders. Like that, I'm in it for them more or less, you know what I mean? And people look at it as like, oh, he put himself on to like, and these kids on to like give himself a bigger name. You know what I mean? That's what people are looking at now, but it's just like, nah. Like you can think what you want, because I know what I'm about and what I'm doing this for.
So you would consider your brand more of like an added bonus to skateboarding?
Yeah, it's just a little something to like play with, you know what I mean? It's like, what else am I doing right now? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm just like working on the side, freelancing, getting various jobs here and there. It's like, I want to do something on the side, and like I want to create, you know? Create and develop is the best thing you can do, you know? Expand your horizons. So I just turned 30 years old. It's like the next step in my life, you know? That's what I want to do now. It gives me an outlet from like the world, you know? Just like, I don't think about anything. It's just, you know, it's like my best friend, you know? It doesn't talk shit to me.
I loved skateboarding from like the beginning. I just didn't really know like too much about it, you know what I mean? And that's when it was like, I met this guy Nathan, you know, who like was already ollieing over like 5 and 6 decks, you know, stacked up, and I was like, damn, like you can really get your board that high off the ground, like what? And I was still like learning how to get onto a manual pad, you know what I mean? How I grew up was like, you know, in the 90s skating, and it was like, it was dope. It was just like out filming your friends, like in your neighborhood, just like causing ruckus and just having fun, you know? It wasn't about like getting this filmed at this like big name spot, you know what I mean, or like doing whatever, you know, to get in a magazine or to get in, you know, this new up and coming video. It's just like, you know, doing you.
I turned myself pro because I have my own company now, and I got shut down by so many companies for like the most bullshit reasons that I was just like so over the like industry and like the like politics of it all, you know what I mean? Because it's like, what do you consider a pro? You know what I mean? Like, who's to say that person's pro and that person's not pro? You know what I mean? Like I said, that one skates amazing at ledges, and this one jumps down crazy stuff, and this one does like finger flips, and like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's got their own capabilities of doing like the craziest stuff, but it's like, who's to say who is pro? You know what I mean? I feel like I've established myself enough in the industry, and people do know my name, that it's like, I have a company now, like, why not set the standards and like bring it to that next level? You know what I mean? It's like, I say fuck everyone. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing this for them. I'm doing this for me, just to like have fun. You know what I mean? I like creating graphics on boards and like, you know, talking to my homie that designs it and stuff, and just we like feed back and forth, and you know, just trying to like have fun and yeah, be as best as I can to my ability. I'm not trying to like break my neck. Like, you know, what I do, I know I am capable of doing that. I'm not like, let me try this trick at this crazy spot, you know what I mean, see if it works out. It's like, I most of the time am confident on my tricks that I have, and I'm going to go and do it down something big, because that's what I like to do. I like to float and just jump off stuff that's big. Some people like to skate ledges. And I try to think of it as like, I'm going to land this first try, you know what I mean, so I don't get hurt. Because like, the initial like jumping down it, like, yo, I get the crazy like, you know, sweaty palms and like tingles in my toes. I'm like, yo, dude, don't get hurt. Like, it all goes through your mind that you want to land it first try. But I mean, yeah, whatever. I'll fight the pavement. It took me like a year to learn how to kickflip, and that was frustrating because it was like some kids learned in 4 days, you know, and it's like, what the hell am I doing wrong, you know? But then once I landed that, it was just like, oh my gosh, I can do that, and then just like progressed, you know what I mean? So I'd say, yeah, within like the first 4 years, I was like jumping down big stuff because I knew that's what I liked.
Did you see the timeline up there?
No.
That's like how the boards came in. We did the original PAL, and we did the Japan Pops collab, then we did the Skate Sauce collab, and we did my deck, and then we the partner, bud. Giving back to the community is what I'm trying to do with PAL, you know? If we make it big, that's just more power to give back to the kids that don't have it, you know what I mean? So that's how I was raised up in skateboarding, is like giving to your friends and just like being a part of like a love, you know what I mean? So.
Well, what I would like to think I would be doing would be, you know, a big soccer player, maybe a professional soccer player, you know, but I didn't really get to go there, so, you know, I guess it's kind of funny because it's like, oh, are you trying to be a professional skateboarder now because you didn't make it as a pro soccer player? But it's like, no, like I said, I just ended up getting sponsored and just kind of like went with the flow, you know what I mean? And it's what made me happy. My buddy Billy brought me up here to New York when I was like 16, 17. I loved it. Came back every summer, and then just ended up moving up here. And that's just where my life, you know, ended up. And where I see myself going in the future is just, you know, like, hopefully just making PAL something big, you know what I mean? And keeping it kind of semi-underground, you know what I mean, at the same time. And maybe owning some other businesses, maybe a restaurant or a nightclub or something like that, because I like to do like